Welcome to the One Star Week Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, One Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, One Star Weak Foot. Bow! Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the One Star Week Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, One Star Weak Foot, and it makes me feel absolutely tremendous to see you back on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, as you guys know, I have been reviewing a lot of the mid-tier icons recently, and today I decided to take a step up. All right, we're going to be reviewing an upper middle-class icon. I can't call him an upper-class icon when there's players like Lam that are selling for 1.6 million. There are players like Vieira, Ronaldo, Hullet that are selling for more than you can even imagine, more coins than you'll ever get in FIFA Ultimate Team. But today, we'll be reviewing one of the new icons for this year, Suker. Let's look at the card, guys. So, when you look at this Suker card, he looks very high potential. He looks like a card that will fit the meta like a glove. He's 6 foot tall. He has high medium work rates. He's left-footed with the 4-star combination. As you guys see here, I have played 6 games with him in Rivals. I got 4 goals and 0 assists. Before I go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more player reviews, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. Also, by the way, if you have any requests for player reviews, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, as I always say, don't be shy. I don't bite. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So, when you look at the Suker card, I mean, like I said, he looks like he will fit the meta very well this year. I mean, the pace is there at 86. Of course, it's not ideal in the sense that he's not an Mbappe, he's not a Neymar, but 86 pace should be enough for the kind of striker he is. Shooting wise, I mean, he has all the bells and whistles, 88 attack positioning, 91 finishing, 89 shot power. On top of that, he has the outside the foot shot trait. Just in case you accidentally hit on his right foot or towards his right side, he's probably going to hit it with his left foot anyway. His passing stats are something not to sleep on. It's very rare you get a player on this game with such high shooting and decent passing at the striker position. 80 vision, 84 short passing, and 90 curve are the standout stats here. His 68 long passing is not that great, but being that he's a striker and first and foremost only a striker, I don't think it's going to be an issue. His dribbling stats are the big question mark, all right? Because he's 6 foot tall, but he has 89 dribbling. And he has very good stats, 85 agility, 84 balance, 91 dribbling, 89 composure, 89 ball control. Is he going to be one of those players that actually plays to his dribbling stats in game? Or is he going to be one of those 6 foot tall players that feels stiff? We're about to see. His physical stats are solid as well, and that's why I think he suits the meta very well. He has 80 jumping, 81 heading accuracy, which at 6 foot tall is going to be enough to win you a bunch of headers, a bunch of aerial goals. Stamina wise, he has 86, which means he'll last all game. And 73 strength is good enough at 6 foot tall, once again, to shield the ball, to be a target man, to bring other players into the game. So, without further ado, we're going to take you over to our review specialist in the studios, One Star Week. Take it away. Thanks, One Star. So, according to Footpin, this Suker card is selling between 900k to 1 million coins on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I would have to say not quite. I think he's a bit overpriced. I mean, I get it. He's a new icon. And don't get me wrong, he's a very good card. We're going to talk about it though. So, first thing we're going to talk about is his pace. He has 86 pace. And I didn't really notice this being an issue. I did throw a Hunter Chem style on him, which brought his pace up to 94, 95 region. And what I will say is, of course, he didn't feel like 94 pace, but he did have enough pace to beat the defensive line almost every single time. Coming out of the skill move, his acceleration was pretty decent. And overall, I gotta give his pace an 8.5 out of 10. It is just as expected. He's not quite Neymar, he's not quite Mbappe, but he's a step below. Next, we're gonna talk about his shooting, and dear Lord, this guy has quite a rocking finish on him. The first thing I want to talk about is his attack positioning. It's 88, and I've noticed this with a lot of icons. He just has a very good knack of being at the right place at the right time. His runs were very dangerous, and he always just made himself available, made himself open to contribute to the play. I really enjoyed that. His 91 finishing, which I boosted to 99 with a Hunter Chem style, meant that every single time I got it from a good angle on his left foot, GG's. The goalkeeper might as well move out of the way because that thing's going to hit the back of the net. His shot was incredibly powerful as well. It was like a rocket, and that's probably because of his 89 shot power. His shots from outside the box were threatening as well. Overall, I gotta give this guy's finishing and shooting a 9.5 out of 10. It is every bit as good as the stats suggest. Next, we will be talking about his passing, and this is a part of the card I really enjoyed. All right, he has 80 vision, 84 short passing, which means that he's actually very good at bringing other players into the game. He's somebody to really bring in if you want a striker that could function a bit like a playmaker, that could bring the wingers, the wide cams, the midfielders into the game. His passing in and around the box had an extremely good weight on it. I really enjoyed that. His long passing at 68 is not amazing, but at the same time, it got the job done. The weighting on his over-the-top through balls were decent. He's able to hit a driven pass to a player across the field if there's enough space. Overall, this guy's passing is an 8 out of 10. As far as strikers go, this guy's a very good passer of the ball. Next, we will be talking about his dribbling, and there's a lot of things I gotta say here, all right? The first thing I'm gonna say is that his agility and balance at 85 and 84, I do think need a boost. And if I could do it again, I think I would have put a finisher chem style on him, or maybe an engine chem style on him, because I felt like he needed a boost in this area. When the game plays smooth, he's one of those players that can beat a man or two. But when the game plays delayed, he felt stiff, he felt clunky, he felt stocky, and it sucked because in the delayed gameplay, it made him very hard to use. He became a player that I had a very hard time with as far as creating his own shot, and I definitely gotta give him negative marks for that. As far as his actual dribbling, as far as his ball control, as far as how his L1 dribbling felt, you can tell he has class on the ball. He feels a little bit sticky for a big man. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not sticky as a Neymar, a Rashford, and a Mbappe, but he does tend to keep the ball very close to his body, and he's very hard to dispossess if you know how to use him, if you keep it simple. Overall, this guy's dribbling is a 7.5 out of 10. In smooth gameplay, it probably feels very, very nice, but in delay, you're gonna notice his big body and his lack of agility and everything else. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and I have no complaints. I have no complaints here whatsoever. He has 80 jumping, 81 heading accuracy. His aerial threat is definitely real. I tested it on corners, and he almost scored me a goal or two. He's very, very nice in the air. Strength-wise, he has just enough to ride the challenge. He has just enough to shield for a second or two, but don't be using him like Giroud. I mean, he's not a Giroud-type player. Don't shield for extreme amounts of time, and you will be fine. His 86 stamina was definitely noticeable. He never got tired, even if I went high press. Overall, this guy's physical is an 8.5 out of 10. All right, guys, so what is the final verdict on this card? I think he's a very good card, all right? Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing, amazing card. He has the pace to really keep the defenses honest. His finishing inside the box is amazing, and his passing is very good. Why I don't think he's worth the money is because impact-wise, I think for the same amount of money, you could bring yourself in a Neymar, and he'll be having a much bigger impact on your team. You could save a little bit more. You could get Mbappe. I think Mbappe is a much better overall player than him, and it really just comes down to his lack of agility, his lack of balance, and I do anticipate he's one of those players that even in smooth gameplay, he'll feel amazing. In delayed gameplay, he may feel a bit stiff. He may feel clunky, and he might be very hard to use in delayed gameplay, which is big for a card of this magnitude. Overall, though, I gotta give him an 8.75 out of 10. He's a very good card, just not at that elite category. All right, guys, so that's going to be my Suker review. I hope you guys at home found it helpful. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode. Until then.